Hello students, in our last class we have seen and completed the topic called acids. Now today we will discuss about bases. A base is either a metallic oxide or a metallic hydroxide or ammonium hydroxide which reacts with hydrogen ions of an acid to form salt and water only. Now over here we can see the example of base: copper oxide, magnesium hydroxide, aluminum hydroxide and ammonium hydroxide. If this reacts with the acid, they're going to form salt and water. Now the basic oxide. Basic oxide means it is a metallic oxide which contains the ion O2 minus and react with an acid to form salt and water only. Example of basic oxide, we can take lead oxide, or we can take copper oxide as well. Copper oxide. And basic hydroxide means it is a metallic hydroxide which contains OH and will react with an acid to give salt and water. For example, sodium hydroxide and aluminum hydroxide, they are basic hydroxide. Now there is a term called alkalis. What does an alkali means? An alkali is a base, we can say is a base which is soluble in water. An alkali is a base which is soluble in water. Okay, say for example sodium hydroxide is an alkali because it is soluble in water. Now there is a term called before that let me clear about this. All alkalis form hydroxyl OH minus ion, whereas acid H plus in aqueous solution as the only negative ions. Okay, and they turn red litmus blue. That means they can turn red litmus paper blue, whereas acid turns blue into red. Okay, now there is a term, there is a statement, this one, yeah. All alkalis are bases, but all bases are not alkalis. We have to understand the meaning of this term. It means that if you have got the alkalis, they are all bases. All alkalis are generally bases. Okay, but all bases are not alkalis. That means all bases are not soluble in water. Okay, for example, ferric hydroxide and cupric hydroxide are bases. They are base because both of them have got hydroxide, but they are not alkalis because they are insoluble in water. Got my point? So we can say all alkalis are bases, but all bases are not alkalis because these two are bases, but they are not alkalis since they are insoluble in water. They are not soluble in water. And the next thing we need to discuss is classification of bases on their strength. We can classify the bases in two types: strong base and weak base. Strong base means when it undergoes dissociation or breakdown in aqueous solution, it will give you higher concentration of OH minus ion. Say for example will be sodium hydroxide. Potassium hydroxide. They are strong alkalis because they can completely dissociate, or the higher concentration of OH minus will be produced. Whereas a weak alkalis means it undergoes partial dissociation, that means partial breakdown or ionization in aqueous solution to produce a low concentration of OH minus ion in solution. Example, ammonium hydroxide NH4OH, or calcium hydroxide CaOH2, NH4OH and CaOH2. They are weak alkali because their concentration is very, very low.